10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0 pucks given.
And he manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Yeah, good job with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play with 23 Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lorde, and Campbell finds himself in, and it is 3-1 to the Chelsea Chieftains. They have him.
0 pucks given.
Hello and welcome to Zero Pucks Given, the UK ice hockey podcast. We're in partnership with the Hockey Art Co, hockey clothing for hockey people, worn by the best and hated by the rest. Listeners to Zero Pucks Given get a 10% discount off of everything site-wide from hockeyartclothing.co.uk. Just use the code ZP10 upon checkout. We're also in partnership with Bob. Welcome to Bob, the sustainable, reusable man's shower wash kit. We haven't had all the details that we'd like to get from Bob. We are still awaiting that, but check out their social medias for the most innovative invention in men's showering in quite some time. We're flying through the Britain Division previews then. As I said, we're going alphabetical order, so you will figure out that we're on the penultimate one now. And I've only just realised now, starting to edit them together, that despite being recorded on different days, I'm wearing the same clothes. So make of that what you will. So as we're going to head to South London, to the High Road, and chat the Streatham Redhawks.
Streatham Redhawks.
And to chat the Streatham Redhawks, I could think of a couple of people that I wanted to do this, but I absolutely wanted to do this with this person. We have so much fun when we meet up at any sort of hockey event that goes on. We're part of this weird non-context alcoholic drinking group on Twitter, which I'm not even sure how or where it started. And she's not only the social media magnet for Streatham Redhawks, she creates the most nauseating goal videos from only one end of the high road because she's too lazy to walk to the other end. Very, very glad to welcome Zara Gentles. How are you doing this evening?
Hello, hi Ben. Not lazy, it's a long walk and I have my space. And I know how to film from that angle.
The last time I was at the high road, there is a little sticker on the glass that says you please don't stand here.
Yeah, don't stand in my spot. It's fine.
It's very Sheldon Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
What you got going on there. So you've been doing the social media for the Redhawks for virtually all of last season and sort of through into the summer. And you and your husband Michael have been going for quite some time. Michael takes brilliant photos as well. Some of my most favorite ones, like the candid shots down the tunnel in black and white. So I absolutely love them. So how did you guys fall into doing that?
It was my husband. It was Michael. He has followed Strength for many years, donkey years before we met. And he just kind of got me into it, invited me along to a game. He used to go on his own, invited me along to a game one day, and I was like, come on then. I've never been to an ice hockey game before. Got there, absolutely hated it. I was so cold. So I will be honest, and the team know I initially hated it. And yeah, I think it was one game, I think against Invicta, and a really big fight broke out on the ice, and then that was it. I was kind of hooked after that. So yeah, usual cliche. It was like big fight. I was like, okay.
That's exactly what got my daughter hooked. Actually, it was big fights.
Yeah, so yeah, it was kind of from there. And I mean, I've always kind of messed around on social media just with my own private accounts, and just filmed a few bits and posted a few bits, tagged the club in. And I think that started about 2014, sort of on and off. And then obviously, as I did more of it, went to more games, the club sort of took notice, started reposting, and it just kind of escalated from there. So yeah, I got asked if I wanted to come on board officially, and yeah, that's how it happened, really.
Yeah, it's a long time to be doing it unofficially.
It was a long time. It was on and off. It wasn't like at every game, and I didn't do away games or anything like that. It was just on and off some home games. And yeah, and obviously my husband Michael does the photography alongside Mel. The two of them are really good, sort of tag team each other around the rink. Get some amazing shots. Behind the scenes shots are always really popular when we put them up. And some great action shots. I know you've got a couple of favorites. I know you posted one last week that you really like. So.
Mel's, that one. I think, is that Mel's?
That's Mel's. Yeah, that's one of Mel's. I think it's the Ziggy goal against Slough. I think that one was.
Yeah, where
Yeah, yeah,
Messi's helmet has come off.
yeah. Yes,
We tried to sort of. I haven't actually spoken to Mel. We sort of spoke with Dawn about it because it's obviously, although Mel took it, the photo's property of Streatham. Because we were speaking with Mike from Hockey Art Co about getting it on a T-shirt because it's just such an epic picture.
it is a cool picture. Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, it's always popular. Whenever we've posted it in the past, it's always done really well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it had some recognition from America and Canada as well when it's been put out. It's yeah. To be fair, it's one of those things. I mean, to be fair, you people may have already heard you are Northern.
I am.
And it's, I think ice hockey, the northern people think ice hockey belongs to them. So it's quite surprising you never saw any of it when you was up there.
No, I think Manchester Storm would have probably been my local Storm, and this is a Storm local team, and it would have been when they were. I think they played at, it was called the 9X Arena at the time because I used to go for concerts, so that's where I used to go. And now they play at Altrincham now, which is where when I did go ice skating on and off every now and then. Can't skate. Yeah, we used to go there, and now it's like everything's sort of linked together. It's like, oh, I know that rink.
And as you said, I mean, you've been getting around to a few away games now, and you've kind of, I think people, when they start going to away games, that becomes as addictive as going to home games.
It definitely becomes addictive. It's like you don't want to miss out. You really don't want to miss out. And also, I think you get to see the games from other places, you get to see other people, and it's a different kind of atmosphere. There's an away, we've got quite a really regular sort of away core group of fans, so it's always quite it's a day out, really. It is a day out with friends and that, so it's always fun whenever we go to away games. But yeah, definitely addicted.
And even just, you know, in our conferences where it's just the south, it is a day. You know, we're traveling there and traveling back, and we haven't got to do the trips to Scotland or anything like that.
No. I think for us, we do kind of enjoy the Cardiff trips. We get a coach on for the Cardiff trips. They're always kind of fun. Probably very lively on the way there, very quiet on the way back.
Yeah, when we had Dave the DJ on from Cardiff doing the preview, and I've got to get myself there. It's so difficult. I wish I had more time. And it would be so much easier for me if my wife was into it as well.
Yeah, I think I'm fortunate, obviously, with me and Michael both in it and enjoying it. I think I'm kind of fortunate that we enjoy and understand what we have to, and the work that goes behind it as well. So I think it makes a difference.
But I mean, to that, I mean, you talk online quite a lot about that level of work, because people just do not understand how much time it takes to run a social media for a club, let alone, you know, just a little bit what I'm doing. You're doing a whole club, but you've come up with a few little, I won't say massively inventive, because they've kind of gone viral across hockey. A lot of them come out of the NHL, the little question on the board and stuff.
Yeah.
But the guys have been great with it, getting some really fun responses.
We do, yeah. I think sometimes I get told they're challenging questions a lot. I do get
it's 9:30 on a Thursday night, and their brains are engaged.
They are, and I know if I'm stood where I stand to film them, it's not too far from the changing room. So they try and get sneaky looks at the question beforehand, and you can see them gossiping around the corner. They think I can't see them, but it's very obvious. You can see them gossiping and thinking of their answers. I think one day I might have a question up and then maybe change it before they actually come out. So. Might pull that on them, but yeah, I think they enjoy it. They're usually involved in it. So
I've seen you've got a couple of new board and a couple of new mics ready.
I have. I'm not writing on A4 paper now, so I've got a proper whiteboard. Yeah, new microphones. I did have other microphones, but I thought, no, I'll upgrade for this season. Yeah, putting some ideas together already, even today. So hopefully, some more fun content coming out next season.
Yeah, I tell you, the behind the scenes stuff is massive. It's what does the best, I think, out of any of the clubs that put it out. It's what does best on anything.
I think people just enjoy it. I mean, obviously, you know, supporters go and they watch the game, they love the game. But I think it's with anything, you want to know what's happening behind the scenes. Everyone's naturally nosy and curious, and they just want to know what's going on. So they always really perform well, and just seeing like everyone in there sort of like just acting naturally and not always sort of on show. I think everyone likes to see that, and just the interaction and the messing around and stuff. I think it always goes down well.
But we have to get to last year, because it was disappointing is probably not strong enough for how Ben felt after. I spoke to Ben very briefly about a week after Sheffield, because I gave him some space. I didn't see him on the Sunday. I didn't expect him to be there on the Sunday after missing the last 15 minutes of the Saturday night game. But I would imagine that once the anger had subsided, that plans were already in place. And that showed really with just how quickly your roster announcements started coming out, particularly the signing of two imports, one returning and one very sneakily sideswiped.
I would say sneakily, but no, I think definitely the way Ben works, he's never off duty. I think anyone in the club will say that. And yeah, like you say, the season wasn't what we expected, especially considering the season before we won 4 out of 5 trophies. So I think we went into last season a bit more of that expectation, and I think it was it was disappointing, but we brush it off. You can't, you got to move on. You got to, think how what we're going to do this season. And I think, like I say, with Ben, he's always thinking about things. He never stops. He's always planning his next move. So hopefully, yeah. I never want to say it's going to be a good season. I'm always so scared of jinxing things. So yeah, we're just we'll touch wood. We'll be fine. So
obviously, I mean, it's a long season. Games not as many obviously as we had last year because we've got less teams, but we run from September to April. So it's a long season for the guys, especially playing week in, week out, as well as doing their regular jobs. But you could almost actually say last season, the whole year hinged on one game.
yes.
And were you there in Gillingham that night?
That was the one away game I wasn't at.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting updates.
The jinx that you weren't there.
I wouldn't want to say that. I wouldn't want to take the blame for that. Yeah, I think I was getting updates during that game. I think, and like I say, I think towards the end of last season, it was very close. It was so close, and well done Slough for winning the league last season. They did really well. I think when something like that happens, it just sort of makes you stand up, take note, and just think, don't want that to happen again and move on. But yeah, I'd say that Gillingham game probably wasn't the best. It wasn't nice getting the updates during it.
No, and then as you say, I mean, the way that Ben works, his head started ticking very quickly of how can I rectify a situation where, I mean, the first trophyless season in God knows how many years. And Antonov coming back is an absolutely massive thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was with the Bees last year. The Bees have going away for however long they end up going away for. So he was available. I take it that was an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah, I think as well with our supporters, it just the news went down so well. He's absolutely loved at the club.
Was with the Wildcats as well, wasn't he, last season for a bit?
Yes, I think he was. Yeah, but yeah, coming back to us this season, very excited. Obviously, our regular supporters are excited to see him back on the ice. So we seem to be getting a lot of new supporters coming through as well. So it's great that they're going to see a team with him involved, which is going to be exciting. But yeah, we're really happy that he's back now, and see what happens.
And another little sign, Lewis Colvin. I think that's a great pickup.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've seen him play with Invicta. I don't know much about him. I'm sure obviously by the end of the season I'll get to know him quite well. But yeah, I think it's going to be quite exciting having him on board. So yeah, we'll see how that goes as well. So, and like I say, it's great for the supporters to have when we get these new team, players coming in onto the team. I think it's great for them to see the different dynamics and what these new players can bring in.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the ones that you had to keep, really, obviously Captain Watty, JJ Pitchley, Ziggy Beasley, Danny Inglesby, those guys were just on fire last year.
They were, and I think we're really fortunate that we do, we're going into next season with a whole, a core group as well. I think we've retained quite a lot of the team. And yeah, those guys are just, as soon as they're on the ice, it's always exciting to watch. And I said, again, firm favourites with the supporters as well. So yeah, hopefully then with Antonov coming back and some of the new additions. There
was a few outs in D, wasn't there? Obviously, Henry Aiken and Thomas Skokan both sort of moving away from the Redhawks. So Dylan Dix came in from Chelmsford, which shocked an awful lot of people.
It did. Again, Dylan, I've seen him play when I've gone to watch Chelmsford and when Chelmsford have come to us. But again, don't know a huge amount. But yeah, we did get some feedback on our social channels with that one. I think that took a lot of people by surprise. And yeah, hopefully he'll come in and do the job as well.
Yeah, fantastic player, fantastic guy as well. Really good guy. He as soon as he was announced at Chelmsford, he messaged me. He was like, "I want to come on." He said, "It's amazing. I didn't know there was a podcast for this level in England. I want to come on." So he was terrific.
That's good. That's good.
I managed to get for him as well because we had the trading cards at Chelmsford last year, and I think he wanted to send one back to his nephew. I think back in America.
Oh, nice.
And I managed to, I had the full set because Dylan, who did them, sponsored the podcast for a little while. So I managed to get Dylan his card so that he could send it back for his nephew.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm sure his nephew was happy to see that.
He's a very well brought up, good family man, but on the ice, he's an absolute menace as well, which is.
So I've heard. So, and obviously, like I say, I mean, when I'm watching other teams, I'm not paying as much attention as my own. But yeah, I have heard he's going to be quite good for us. So
yeah, I think it's a good pickup, and it's certainly the import signings alone could certainly be the game changer for the Redhawks this year.
Hopefully, yeah, hopefully.
And you've got a tough start with challenge games. You're literally go head to head with your nemesis or nemesi, whatever the plural of that would be. So yeah, head to head with the champions, with the Jets.
We have. I think we're away with Slough on the 13th. So that's our pre-season opener. And then yes, Slough then back on the high road with us on the Sunday. And then we do have another game with them. I think 1 or 2 games with them in the month as well, if I remember. I look at the fixtures so much. I think I go fixture blinds when we're updating the website. So
they come to you right at the end of September in the Cup for a later than normal face off for you on a Sunday, 6 p.m.
We do face off normally 6:45 on a Sunday. There is talks there may be some 6 p.m. face offs. We're just getting that finalized. We have said keep an eye on our socials and on ticket updates. But yeah, normally it's 6:45 on a Sunday.
Yeah, boom pile. It's normally 5:30 on a Saturday, isn't it?
5:30 on a Saturday, yeah. It'd be nicer if it was the other way around, especially with work on a Monday.
About having quite a lot of new fans coming in. It's something that I don't think Streatham have ever particularly struggled with. You've always managed to get a good number in the barn. Mm-hmm. But atmosphere wise, I know I spoke to Paynter after the playoff semi-finals against Streatham last season, when you were home on the Sunday with a 7-1 win from the night before, but hundreds of Chelmsford fans still travelled down there on the Sunday night and created an atmosphere that Paint said was the best that some of the lads have ever played in, and said that they want to play in that atmosphere every week.
Yeah, it was amazing. To be fair, Chelmsford fan really brought it, and I think they brought a couple of extra drums than we were expecting as well. I mean, what it's like with drums, especially with Dawn and her drum and our rink. Yeah, it was an amazing atmosphere. I think the noise, it was just unbelievable. I'd say it probably was one of the better games for that season. It was almost electric. It was amazing. And I mean, thankfully that one as well, we won that game, so it made it a little bit better.
We won't talk about the cup semi-final. We won't touch on that.
Well, we won't talk about the one previous, though.
I mean, in terms of building the atmosphere in that rink, are the club doing anything? Is there anything they can do? Have the leisure centre got to help you perhaps with lighting, extra sound system stuff to make it a little bit better?
Yeah, we are looking. We are. I mean, obviously, with the leisure centres, it's difficult. We don't have as much control as maybe some other clubs do. We are looking at different playlists. We know the music that's going on when the team are coming out. There's quite a bit we want to sort of just get that atmosphere going again. I mean, obviously the crowd are the best, when they're cheering and clapping, that, that's the best noise that we can have. But there's a few bits we're looking at. It's just obviously logistically, it's not always as easy at the rink, really.
And you've got heavy competition with, Crystal Palace, Millwall, Charlton, all within throwing distance, really, from Streatham. So you've got heavy competition with getting other fans in. But is there anything particularly, you say these new fans are coming in, has that been a social media outreach that's got them in?
I mean, I I'd like to say yeah, and take
Yeah.
a little bit of credit for that. I think it's a lot of word of mouth. I think we have noticed, we haven't noticed of, I don't know, what you call them, like young professionals, more sort of that age group coming in. I'd say from maybe it's like 20s to mid 30s. We have noticed a lot of that. We've noticed like maybe one or two and then come back again with a bigger group. I think there's a lot of word of mouth that's going around. Yeah, I'd like to hope a lot of it is like social media that we're throwing out there, especially with the work that goes behind it. But yeah, we definitely, I think last season we definitely did see an uptake, more newer supporters coming in, which was fantastic. Families as well. We get a lot of families that come in, which is amazing to see. And that's always enjoyable, especially if we've got a Saturday game. There's so many children, we've got a Saturday game, and they I mean themselves, they just get so excited. And I don't know if you know where the home team, where they come out on the tunnel and the kids are always hanging over the edge to like fist bump the guys as they're coming out, and that the atmosphere is always amazing. The kids are always so excited as well. And I think last season we had a girls' birthday party come down, and they did a meet the players after the game as well, which we're hoping we might be able to do a bit more next season. And again, they absolutely loved it. They loved getting all their autographs, and it was very noisy. But yeah, it's great. It's great seeing, you know, newer supporters coming down, as well as obviously our regulars. It's just great seeing new faces, and hopefully they enjoy it and come back, and then they become the more regular supporters as well.
Yeah, you got, it's not turnover, is it? It's more just keeping the existing and trying to add to it all the time as well. Because at the end of the day, we just want every game to sell out,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
these lads that, you know, work full-time jobs, have families, and then do all this late night training and playing all weekend. Give them an atmosphere to play in that they deserve. And you know, that late night stuff, it goes to you as well. You're at training Thursday nights till the wee hours.
Yeah, till 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're there for quite a few hours usually. I mean, Dawn's great, where there's always a little coffee station set up, and cake. I don't know if anyone knows, Dawn's lemon drizzle cake is, I'd say, probably one of the best. So you know, we are treated very well. But yeah, it's a long night, it's a late night. Obviously there's a lot of like filming, or if Mel and Michael are down, we're planning what we're going to be doing next on the site, or we're planning sort of like new stuff. It's a lot of work. It's definitely a lot of hard work. And then leaving, especially when it's midwinter and you leave the rink and it's gone 10 o'clock and it's raining and it's cold, and you know, and if the husband's not around, I'm usually getting the bus back home, so that's always fun.
Yeah, oh yeah, the night bus in South
The
London.
night buses in South London.
Hey, definitely braver than me.
Not that.
Got you've got quite a good off ice team really at Streatham, haven't you? You've got obviously, you know, yourself doing social media, Mel and Michael on the pictures, Chris on the play by plays on Twitter. Which
Yeah, he's good.
anytime Chris comes on with me, I'm always just like, I don't know how you do that, because
No.
I mean, myself and Chris know from commentating that it can go in your eyes and come out of your mouth, but to make it go in your eyes and come out of your thumbs when you're typing
Yes.
is just
Yeah. And the action doesn't stop. So as you're typing, and we've had it a number of times, he's typing when a goal's been scored, and before you know it, another goal's been scored, or someone's been, you know, sent to the penalty box. And I honestly don't know how he does it, myself as well. And then sometimes as well as doing that, he does a bit of filming. He tends to do our end of season sort of roundup video. So yeah, he's very talented when it comes to that. I certainly could not do that bit at all. So, and I always say that to him. So
well, I mean, one of the things I always put out before the start of the season is a list of the teams, the ticket prices for their home games, and what goes on their social media, and whether they stream or not. And it was always been a case of, yeah, you know, Streatham, it's not the cheapest ticket in the league, but it's South London, so what do you expect? It's going to be, you know, what it is.
yeah,
But I think it's not the most expensive ticket this season, not by any means. I think Slough and Chelmsford are both more expensive
yes, yeah,
per game. But yeah, then on the social media, if you want to follow the game, you've got Twitter play by play. On the Instagram, you put your goal videos up on the Instagram, sort of in the period breaks as well. So there's a lot of ways to follow it. I know that streaming's going to be virtually impossible from that rink, isn't it?
Yeah, we have looked into it, and it's unfortunately it's not something that is possible. But I do feel with the work obviously Chris does, and the stuff, the footage we try and put out on social, we try and keep everything as updated as we can. Obviously, end of games sometimes it can get a bit chaotic. And when you're trying to juggle getting goals up or getting the results up as well as trying to manage other things going on, it can be really difficult. So we do appreciate everyone's patience, but we try and get that, the information and, the updates out there as quickly as we can.
Yeah. And we've seen some of the clubs take obviously social media to that next level with, really innovative videos and lots of graphics and things going on, especially with things like player releases and jersey releases.
Yeah.
Are the jerseys out yet for Streatham? I don't recall.
The jerseys are out, yes. We've got just graphics of them on the site at the moment and on our social channels. We've not got models for them yet.
We've not gone full Chelmsford yet on
No, we haven't done like Chelmsford. I keep seeing it. No, we've not got models. I've not actually seen them yet. So I've only seen the images that put out on social. So yeah, hopefully we will get some actual real life models.
Yeah, I did get a lot of messages after sharing the Chelmsford one. I got a lot of messages from Streatham fans saying, "Oh, I hope that our jersey reveals are like exciting like this."
Oh, the pressure!
Come up with something.
No, I know a couple of people over at Chelmsford was like, "Oh, that looks nice." Thanks.
To be fair, I had said on a few other things. I think they're probably the best jerseys that I've seen so far this season.
No, I'm not commenting on that. That's your opinion.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
No, they are good. They are nice jerseys. I'll be nice. I'll play nice.
Looking through the fixture list, it's not going to be too long because we were speaking about the October. I think the Sunday, the 5th of October.
October, yes.
And
yes.
Chelmsford and Streatham go head to head for the first time. I think that's actually in Chelmsford, that one.
I believe it is. Yes.
And the first time that they come to the High Road is the 22nd of November. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I might actually be available that day.
Ooh, you can come pay us a visit.
I do love coming down to Streatham. Everyone's so lovely when I come down to Streatham.
We are really nice. We're very welcoming. Yes, and it doesn't matter what team you support, we'll be nice.
But I mean, do you think? I mean, for every single preview that we've gone through, we're looking at the league table, and everyone's kind of saying Streatham, Slough, Chelmsford. After that, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be those three at the top for me. Same for you.
Oh yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I think it is going to be those three. But I mean, to be fair, Swindon did start. They were played really strong towards the end of last season. I mean, they gave us a couple of close calls at times. So like say.
They gave everyone a Sunday night heart attack up at the
They did. There was a game. It panicked us a little bit, but yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start sort of edging their way up there. So I think it's going to be a really interesting season. I think obviously, sadly, MK and Oxford are no longer in the league, but I don't know if that's made the league, in my opinion, maybe a bit stronger for next season, a bit more challenging as well. So yeah, it should be really interesting. I think everyone's definitely going to be up in their game. I think it's going to be a good season. I think.
Yeah, I think I say if there is a good point to the two teams dropping out, which there probably isn't, but if there is, it's probably that there's not going to be blowout games.
Yeah.
which I know the players don't really enjoy.
No, and sometimes when there's a lot of goals for some of those games, that's a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work for you.
It's a lot of hard work. You're like, oh god, no. I know we had one, I think it was a couple of seasons ago, and it was like 20 goals or something like that. That was a lot of work. I'm sure I credited some goals to the wrong players as well, but you had to like give me a bit of leeway on that one.
Yeah, because I think that always then falls on, and I'm saying that they scored, and people go, no, they didn't. I'm going, well, I'm only going on what I've been told.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I go off what Chris has told or what Chris has printed because sometimes it's so quick. As I'm like, who scored that? Sometimes I ask the supporters next to me, so it's so fast. I've got a great support, John, who usually stands next to me at home games. I'm like, who scored that one? So just give us a little bit of leeway at times.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for giving me some of your evening tonight to talk about the Streatham Redhawks and their upcoming season. We both said we think they put a really good roster together. I think it's going to be incredibly competitive at the top. And I will, of course, see you at some point throughout the season, I'm sure.
Of course. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, Zara.